Good evening, everyone. Yeah. My name is Claire Irish, and I currently serve as the Elections Commissioner here for the Student Government Association. I'm proud to be the first to welcome you all to our 2026 SGA Presidential and Vice Presidential debate that just so happens to fall on President's Day today. Our hope tonight, our hope tonight is that you all will get a chance to meet our candidates running for office, hear about the platforms of our candidates, and see the vision that they have for student government and the University of Kentucky going forward. Voting for student body vice president, as well as for all of our senatorial candidates, will be on March 2nd and 3rd on BB Involved. And now we'll go ahead and get to the fun part of the night. Let me introduce you all to our candidates. This year, we have one presidential and vice presidential ticket on the ballot. And here with us tonight is presidential candidate Nick Pace and vice presidential candidate Carter Franklin. Now that you all have met our candidates, I would like to welcome our moderator for the night, the Associate Vice President and Dean of Students for the University of Kentucky, Dr. Trisha Clement.
Thank you.
Take it away.
So hopefully this won't give too much feedback. So I hope we can get through the night without it messing up your ears. Anyway, thank you so much, Claire, for that introduction. As we start tonight, I'd like to go over a couple of ground rules and logistics for the operations of tonight's debate. The ticket will first be allowed to give an opening statement not exceeding 3 minutes. Then we'll move into questions for our presidential and vice presidential candidate from our Elections Board of Supervisors. The ticket will be given 3 minutes to answer each question. Our timekeeper is here in the front row and will hold up a yellow sign when candidates have 30 seconds remaining and a red sign when time has expired. Questions will only be asked by me as the moderator. When there are 5 minutes remaining in the debate, the timekeeper will hold up a blue sign to indicate that the time for closing statements is up. The ticket will be allowed to give a closing statement not exceeding 3 minutes. Are we ready to get started? Awesome. So now that we've gone through the House rules, let us begin with an opening statement from the Pace and Franklin ticket.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nick Pace.
And my name is Carter Franklin.
And first, we'd like to thank Claire Irish for leading this year's election season, as well as Dr. Clement for helping moderate this debate tonight. And finally, to all of you all here watching in person, as well as online, this night would not be possible without each and every one of you.
We're deeply humbled to be in this position, running to represent each and every student at this university. More than anything, we're grateful and excited for this opportunity to share who we are, the values that guide us, and our vision for SGA and this campus.
As I said, my name is Nick Pace, and I'm running to be your student body president. As a longtime member of UKSGA's executive branch, I had the opportunity to turn ideas into action. I understand how this organization operates, what is feasible, and what it takes to get things done. From budget oversight to surveying our student experience, I've helped lead initiatives with real impact on students. And I'm prepared to keep this pace and deliver more tangible results to you.
I'm Carter Franklin, and I'm running to be your next student body vice president. Through my leadership in my sorority and my service as UKSGA's Director of Civic Engagement, I've seen the value in making others' voices heard. I know how to advocate for my peers and drive policy changes that directly enhance their experience. From collaboration to communication, I'm prepared to translate my skills to the office of vice president. I'll serve with conviction and purpose, always putting your needs first.
During our time here at the University of Kentucky, we've both seen firsthand the impact that strong leadership and dedicated service has on our community. We've come to see what works, what doesn't, and most importantly, what students deserve from this organization: transparency, accessibility, unity, and support. And so we make a pledge to you. If elected, we will promise to deliver just that.
First, we'll deliver on transparency. We believe students deserve a look inside, to know what's happening, when it's happening, and how it will affect each and every one of you. Second, accessibility. We're committed to cultivating a campus for you and for me. Everyone deserves access to opportunities on campus, whether they be financial, academic, or even something as simple as a great Catterday experience. And third, unity. We think a culture of connection is key to our success as Wildcats. We want to bring students together in the ways that matter. And finally, support. We pledge to be a team you can count on. Your safety and well-being will always be our #1 priority.
Our goal is simple: to serve with integrity, advocate for your needs, and cultivate a campus where every Wildcat feels empowered. Thank you very much.
Okay, we will begin the debate tonight with the question specific to the role of the student body president and will be asked only of our presidential candidate. UKSGA represents all undergraduate, graduate, professional, and postdoctoral students enrolled at the university. What is your administration's plan to approach both transparency from SGA and gathering feedback from these groups?
Yeah, so to start this question off, I would like to highlight that SGA is here to support every student, whether they're graduate, professional students, doctoral students, or even undergraduate students. So we have the opportunity to provide resources to a lot of students on campus. We have the resources to provide individual funding for students, whether it's individual scholarships, organizational scholarships, or even just events that SGA holds. So kind of to enhance transparency with graduate and professional students, to answer that first part of the question. We would really like to enhance our communication with them through communicating with the Graduate Student Congress. This will be an opportunity for us to kind of build the gap and build trust with these students, making communication really important with them and help fund events with them as well. We also really want to highlight the the Director of Graduate and Student Affairs within our administration, where we'll be able to provide events directly for graduate students as well. And finally, we want to help enhance free parking hours for all students on campus. This would be an opportunity for students to be able to come to campus in those kind of odd times that organizations might meet, and also allows an opportunity for graduate students to kind of enjoy the campus environment when they might be commuting from other locations. And then to address the second part of the question, where we can enhance the transparency with every student, including undergraduate students, we really want to build upon our pillar, transparency, that we've been highlighting. So we want to do this through budget transparency and just communication with organizations in general. So our first idea is the State of the University Address. This would be an opportunity for SGA to provide feedback on our initiatives, our goals that we want to implement, but also be an opportunity for students to communicate with us from various organizations, and different students can come to us with any needs that they want us to advocate for and kind of work towards as well. We also want to highlight budget transparency and the fact that SGA is a student fee funded organization, and you all deserve to know how your fee is being used. So we want to do this by letting you all know the resources that we'll be able to provide to you, individual scholarships, organizational scholarships, and just any events that you all can understand as well, and kind of bridge that gap, connecting all students on campus with our administration as well. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you so much. Okay, our second question has to deal with the role of the student body vice president, and will be asked to our vice presidential candidate. The student body vice president often works with the Alumni Association with a focus on UK traditions. What is your plan to continue supporting our university's traditions while meeting current student needs and interests?
So we all know the value in alumni networks, connections, and we really want to expand on that. And one of the core pillars of our potential administration is unity, and really just building a culture of connection. Infused in connection is tradition. Our culture is built upon a foundation of traditions that we've honed over years that make us who we are today. And one of the ideas that we want to bring to our campus is a graduation sunset. We all know that our freshman orientation week, we go to Kroger Field and we take a picture in the shape of Kentucky. That's a core memory for every student here. And we kind of want to provide a full circle moment. We want to invite all students to engage in a graduation sunset at the culmination of their 4 years. But this applies to non-undergraduate students as well. Anyone finishing a year out at the University of Kentucky will be invited to participate in this event. It'll be a space to reminisce, to connect, and to recreate that Kentucky photo that we took freshman year. Nick and I know the value of tradition, and we also want to bring more to that. And this is one of the ways that we'll do that. We also, again, want to encourage students, no matter their major, no matter their minor, no matter their college, to reap the benefits of our vast and beneficial alumni network. We want to create a framework where each student can engage, whether through mentorship programs or networking events, and really see that all that the University of Kentucky has to offer. Because it's not just in our 4 years here. It's in the years beyond. It's in the connections we make, the professors we meet, the potential jobs that we may get access to because of a connection we made in undergrad. So we really want to build on that and bring in this idea that, connection on campus starts in our 4 years, but it lasts far beyond, and it lasts through shared memories and shared traditions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I love that. Okay, so for our next set of questions, actually surround the topic of student involvement and engagement at the University of Kentucky. How will your administration leverage the University of Kentucky's location in Lexington to help students become more engaged with the community as a whole?
So kind of just to begin that question, we would love to be able to enhance our community with UK, but also the Lexington community in general. So an initiative that we decided to think of that's also been implemented at other SEC schools, and it's been very impactful, is a Dean's List coupon. So if a student achieves a Dean's List rating, they will be able to have access to coupons to local businesses around Lexington and around UK's campus. For example, local taco. If you get on the Dean's List, you could get a half-price taco from there. It kind of just enhances the community, enhances the ability for students to enjoy Lexington in general, and just kind of get out outside of the UK campus in general and connect with other students that way.
We also know that sometimes there can be risks on campus and in the community, and we really want to work to make our Lexington community more safe, specifically on our campus, but in the surrounding areas too. So we've seen how successful the previous administration's Safety Walk initiative was, and we want to build on that. We want to continue each semester by conducting a Big Blue Safety Walk, and we want to invite students to submit specific areas of concern across campus and in the general community so that we can, to the best of our abilities, address those and make sure that every part of not just this campus, but this city feels safe. And that also comes with leveraging relationships with UK and Lexington PD, and really just working to see what we can do to make our entire campus community more safe.
So, thank you so much. Okay, so studies have shown that involvement helps students succeed in college. However, barriers sometimes prevent students from seeking this involvement. What are the largest barriers you see facing students' involvement, and how will you encourage students to get involved and support them in navigating these barriers to involvement?
Absolutely. We all know how valuable involvement can be, and Nick and I personally can attest to that. Being involved in SGA, involved in Greek life, and all the other different organizations has shaped us into the people that we are today. We want everyone to feel that benefit and that experience. And with that, we know that accessibility can be one of, if not the most important barrier. And that's why accessibility is at the cornerstone of our campaign. We believe that in making these experiences and opportunities for involvement more accessible, we can increase student engagement. And one of our initiatives under our platform of accessibility is tackling the game day experience. That's a core memory, again, for so many students, but also alums. But we want to ensure that the game day experience is available to everyone. We want to work to incorporate Flex as a payment method for stadium purchases of food and water, but also offer free sunscreen and water bottle filling stations at student section entrances so that students are safe, they're hydrated, and they're staying protected from the heat during those game days. We also want to extend priority registration to high workload student employees, because we know that a demanding workload can sometimes prevent students from pursuing other experiences. So by extending that priority registration, we'll offer them some flexibility to perhaps get involved in other organizations.
Yeah, and to build upon that, we would really love to use SGA as an area to collaborate with other organizations as well, and kind of bridge that gap again to kind of let students enjoy different clubs and organizations as well. So we would really love to do that by collaborating with other organizations and communicating with them. As I said, the State of the University Address would be an opportunity for us to connect directly with organizations, hear what they want us to be working on, but also allow them to kind of hear our ideas and have students hear what different clubs have to offer to them on campus. We'd also love to kind of build upon an initiative that this past administration has been able to implement, the Meet Your SGA Tour. So this is an opportunity for students from SGA to directly communicate with these organizations, sharing what we want to have our goals with for SGA, and kind of communicate with them through that as well. And then another area I'd like to highlight that SGA promotes is the Leadership Development Program. So this past year, the Leadership Development Program selected over 80 students to be able to join SGA and kind of be involved with them, and also learn about other organizations on campus. We also have the Staffer Program, where we took over 20 students to help our executive branch and kind of learn what SGA is all about and learn how to be involved on a campus and feel a part of something more than just themselves. And I think that's really important that SGA offers those opportunities for students to connect, feel valued, and really learn what UK has to offer through also many of the other organizations on campus.
Thank you so much. Okay, for our next topic, I want you to talk to us a little bit about student support. What do you view as the most valuable resource that SGA provides? And how would your administration plan to continue providing that service and build on that in your time in the office?
Yeah, so I think a thing that SGA has to offer for students is that we have many resources that directly impact you all. Our budget is fairly large, and we have resources that impact you, whether it be individual funding or organizational funding, as well as just events that SGA hosts. But one specific resource that I think SGA has seen so much impact from is the Wildcat Wardrobe. So this is an opportunity for students to have the ability, if they have an interview or a professional occasion that's coming up, they have the opportunity to get a full outfit for free and have that professional look to them and be ready and be prepared for that. So I think that's really important that we continue to build upon that and just really highlight it for students around campus. They need to deserve to know that these resources are available to them and know that this success has been able to impact a lot of students on campus already.
I think it's also important to note that SGA provides a space for professional development. It gives you a mock organization that perhaps mirrors a lot of the situations that you'll encounter later on in your life, whether it's a senator sitting on a committee meeting on a Wednesday night, whether it's an executive branch member carrying out an initiative. SGA provides you space to nurture your passions, nurture your convictions, and grow as a leader. So I think in general, that is one of the most important pieces that people maybe often forget. And as an administration, I know Nick and I will work to nurture those passions, to create that space for connection and growth, and encourage members to fight for what they believe in. We'll equip them to the best of our abilities with the skills and the tools necessary to do so. And we'll just keep creating space for that intentional dialogue where everybody feels free to share their views, to share their opinions on how they can better the experience of their fellow students on campus.
Awesome, that's perfect. Okay, so in our next question, I would like for you to demonstrate just how well you know the student body in your response. What do you think is the most important issue currently facing the UK student population? What solutions would you advocate for, and how would you go about making these changes?
Absolutely. We think an important issue facing students right now is a lack of agency. So maybe just this growing feeling of powerlessness in terms of campus-wide decision-making, whether it's decisions like tuition increases, research funding cuts, or just large-scale campus changes. These things often feel out of students' control. And we know that when students feel that they're unheard, their trust in administration and perhaps their trust in organizations like SGA lessens.
Yeah, so kind of to go into that, we would like to highlight some specific job-related roles that we can help enhance the student body through. So in my role as the student body president, I'll have the opportunity to be on the board of trustees. And if you all don't know what that is, it's an opportunity for me to be at the table with the administration of this university that makes real changes on a very regular basis for students. So I really want to be able to implement being the voice of the student body and really implement the needs and wants that students want to be seen for our administration. So a few ways that I want to be able to do that is I will always vote no to tuition increases. I will always vote in favor to increase student worker wages. And I also kind of want to ensure that students know what's happening before it already has happened. That's kind of been an issue that I think we've noticed in the past is people don't understand why this decision has been made, but we need to make sure we're informing students on a regular basis so they're prepared to know what's going to impact them as well.
And second, if elected student body vice president, I'd serve on the student fee allocation committee, where the general responsibility is to audit campus organizations and investigate how student fees are being used. So, if elected, we'll work to redirect funds that perhaps aren't being used effectively and ensure that there's maximum impact for you as students, especially when your fees are the ones being used. We recognize that students can't control every decision, and we also recognize that we can. But we'll work to ensure that, at the minimum, they always have a voice in the room when those decisions are being made, whether they're financial on the student fee allocation committee or whether they're administrative on the board of trustees. And we hope that in advocating for you and voicing your concerns, we help you feel that you have a little bit more agency and a little bit more control over the decisions being made on your behalf.
Thank you so much. Now, we talked a lot about different topics throughout tonight's debate, but this final topic, we would like for you to address student government in UK. How do you plan to work collaboratively with administration, faculty, staff, and students on the President's Council through the UK's shared governance?
Yeah, so kind of recognizing the President's Council. This is an opportunity for students outside of SGA, but also inside of SGA to really offer their opinion and offer what they see are the needs of the student body. I think that's extremely important to hear what those needs are, but also be able to put actionable, tangible objectives that we can recreate to implement those needs. So as I said again, the Board of Trustees offers me an opportunity to share those ideas with administration and actually implement change that's happening on a daily basis for students. So it's important that they know, the administration knows that we're trying to work towards the student body, the goals of the student body, but also make sure that our objectives are also on the same level as the administration, making sure that they're tangible and we can actually implement that change for students as well.
Yeah, and I think one of the great points that Nick brings up is mutual and shared understandings. So much of the inefficiency that we see in environments where multiple stakeholders are making decisions and working collaboratively is just a lack of that shared understanding. We may expect the other person to know what we're thinking and vice versa, and that can lead to a lack of progress. So I think our administration's priority would be to begin our term by establishing those shared understandings, those shared expectations. When we're on the same page, whether it's administration, whether it's SGA, whether it's the student body, when we're on the same page, we can work collaboratively towards a shared goal. And Nick and I, we both work to establish relationships across our campus, whether it be within SGA or other organizations, and we're dedicated leaders with proven collaborative skills. And so we know the value in working together, and we know that more gets done when we function as a unit, not just as individual parts. So in general, we'll work to maintain this framework if we're elected to student body president and vice president. We'll leverage those relationships and the skills that we've learned in entertaining them, and we'll continually work towards building new ones, whether it's with administration, whether it's with the President's Council, or any other relevant stakeholders. We'll prioritize those shared goals and mutual understandings, and they'll always be rooted in one thing, and that's student success.
Love that. Thank you. Okay, so this is our final question of the night. What is your favorite thing about the University of Kentucky as a whole? and how do you plan to emphasize that strength?
Yeah, so I think one thing that I was looking for when I was looking for universities and colleges was just feeling at home at a place that I would love to spend 4 years at. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I knew I wasn't going to go to the University of Louisville, but I really found my home at UK. And one thing that I would love to highlight is that there is amazing opportunities and resources and clubs that the University of Kentucky offers. I believe there's over 800 registered student organizations on BB Involved right now. And that's a blessing and a curse. So sometimes people have hard times getting involved on campus, but I think that's also an opportunity for students to be able to be involved on campus in ways that they think matter. So really highlighting those initiatives and goals of different organizations is really important. One way that I think we can do that as our SGA is just collaboration with other organizations. So for example, the WRFL has opportunities to tap into other markets through radios and different podcasts and really emphasize those resources that students have access to. And just making sure that students know the resources that they have on campus and off campus in our Lexington area can really help make a community on campus. Community is just one of our areas that we really want to highlight with our administration, and connecting with students in that way is really important to us as well.
I think as an international studies major, I always had aspirations for a career in government. But if you sat me down 4 years ago and told me that I'd be sitting at this table running for student body vice president, I'd probably laugh in your face. Just thinking, how is that possible? How would I be able to do that at an organization with roughly 30,000 students? And I think that's the beauty of the University of Kentucky, is that it directs you to organizations that are going to empower you and expose the best parts of you. And that's how I've felt about every single piece of experience I've had on this campus, whether it's in my sorority or whether it's in SGA. You know, there are so many talented, passionate, and convicted students here, and I think UK does an incredible job of helping you to expose the very best in you. They help you it helps you to feel that you have a role, that there's space for growth, and space for you to pursue something that may have been in your wildest dreams, like for me, what I'm doing right now. So I think just that idea that there's something for everyone, and that something is going to help you to grow and become the best version of yourself is probably the most impactful part about my experience at UK, and I'm sure that others could say the same.
And just to wrap that up really quick, I think Carter and I would both agree that this university has given us amazing opportunities, and we really want to work directly towards offering those opportunities to all of you students as well.
Thank you so much, and we're so glad to have both of you here tonight. So that concludes the questions that we have scheduled for tonight. As we conclude tonight's debate, we will allow the ticket to give a 3-minute closing statement.
Yeah, so as we close this debate, we wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who made this night happen, and especially to every student here listening to Carter and I share our passion for SGA in this campaign. Your support does not go unnoticed, and we are deeply grateful. Tonight we shared our vision, our experiences, and our joint commitment to serving this campus. But at the heart of it is you. It's about setting a pace that uplifts every student and building a future where every member of our community feels empowered.
We're prepared to put in the work each day, serving you with integrity and advocating for your needs. Guided by transparency, accessibility, unity, and support, we'll turn thought into action and action into results. We'd be honored to earn your vote and look forward to connecting with more and more of you in the coming weeks. You can follow along with our journey by following Pace Franklin 26 on Instagram. And don't forget, set the pace and build the future. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
I love that.
You too.
Okay. With that, we would like to thank our candidates, so please join me again in giving our candidates a round of applause for tonight. We also want to thank all of the audience members here tonight. Really appreciate you joining us tonight. In addition, I also want to make sure we take a moment to thank all of the student organization and activity staff who have been instrumental in putting this event together. And I also want to give a big thank you to our SGA members who put on this event and put in all the work to make this happen. So thank you so much. Just as a reminder, the student body elections are March 2nd and 3rd, so make sure you go and vote on BB Involved. Otherwise, again, thank you so much for being here tonight and have a great night.